In the last video, I talked about how negative self-talk is rooted in doubts we develop about ourselves, how the core of inner critic messages is really self-doubt. But usually when people experience negative self-talk, it's not self-doubt that appears to be the issue. It feels and looks like something else. So, how can we know if what we're thinking is actually self-doubt? That's what we'll look at in this video. Procrastination, perfectionism, imposter syndrome, lack of confidence, along with lots of other thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all clues that self-doubt is lurking behind the scenes. Self-doubt uses many disguises to divert our attention away from the feelings of worthlessness that self-doubt implies. It will do almost anything to keep us from having to feel what we don't want to feel. Another sign that we're battling with self-doubt is when we find ourselves rationalizing and justifying. Self-doubt will rationalize and justify all sorts of things. It tells us all the reasons we should or shouldn't do something. It drums up lots of evidence to prevent us from seeing the truth. Truth that we know instinctively. Truth that affirms our worthiness and potential. But truth is revealed intuitively, not rationally. It comes from a place deep inside. There's an ease and a simplicity about this kind of knowing. Self-doubt, on the other hand, is much more frantic and chaotic. It works hard to draw your attention in a certain direction and convince you there is something to fix. It rationalizes and justifies its conclusions in an attempt to bolster its image. It has to work hard because what it's trying to convince you of is probably not true. Rationalizing and justifying are telltale signs that the pesky voices in our heads are building their case against what we know in our souls. Self-doubt hides behind a myriad of disguises and comes with plenty of evidence to back up its case. But the most reliable signs that we're dealing with self-doubt are the negative emotions that accompany it, and when we find ourselves rationalizing or justifying something. Looking beyond all the trumped-up evidence, we'll discover our worthiness, our potential, the truth. There's a much deeper discussion of how to recognize self-doubt in my book, Thoughts on Demand: Turn Negative Self-Talk into Unstoppable Confidence. And you can learn more and order your copy at thoughtsondemand.org. You'll find that link in the description below. Now, in the next video, we'll dive into the first phase of how to reprogram the critical voice in your head by recognizing self-doubt for what it really is. Often, just this first step brings a huge sense of relief to my clients. Until next time, I wish you abundance and joy.